Welcome to American Vision. I'm Harpreet Singh Toor. मेरे वरों आप सबनों प्यार भरी सत श्री अकाल, नमस्कार, आदाब and shalom. We're sitting here today, right here where the action started by one of our best city council person, who has reached out to the other minorities as well, in Richmond Hill, Queens, New York, and I'm talking about co-naming of the streets. And the person, of course, is Adrienne Adams. She chairs landmarks, public siting and disposition, as well as she is vice co-chair of Black, Latino, and Asian Caucus. Thanks, Adrienne.
Thank you so much.
I can
for
call you
having
Adrienne,
me.
right?
Of course you can.
Thank you. Thanks.
you.
Thanks for coming in. First of all, let me say thanks to you for achieving what we discussed here more than a year ago, I guess.
More than a year ago, right here in this room.
Right here,
Yes.
and right under this roof.
Right under this roof. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, but we finally have been able to achieve that. Because I think by doing so, you have put up a stamp that's the immigrant communities belong to this city,
That's
and
right.
this city belongs to them
That's
as
right.
much as they belong to each other.
Absolutely right.
Right.
Immigrants built this city.
And under the current circumstances and the current administration from the White House, the rhetoric coming out, this sends out a clear signal to everybody, that doesn't matter how you think or how you do, everybody who is here, they are here to stay.
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. And the mere fact that we were able, you and I, were able to achieve this together is, and we've been friends for quite a while. I just want to put that out there.
Oh, okay.
as
Thank
well.
you.
And I've admired you.
No, I'm
for your
honored.
work for a
I'm
long
honored,
time as
to
well.
be your friend. Yeah.
So to be able for us to do this, to partner together, Harpreet, and do this together means a lot to me. And the bigger picture is that what it means to this community to see yourselves as a part of this mosaic, not just as residents, but as builders of Richmond Hill.
Of the Richmond Hill.
That's right.
Because, when you look back into Richmond Hill itself, and I'm definitely, you have also looked at it, the houses, they went from one family from about 35,000 to 400 plus
Yes.
right now.
Yes.
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 And the buildings has been transformed, and thanks to your efforts, the new infrastructure projects are working.
We're working.
In the neighborhood right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's really great. Going forward, okay, what else the community can expect from the city council and the city, and what kind of role you expect to play in that for the communities?
For my community, since day one, I've always said that I believe that we need to partner together. I can't do this work alone in the council, on the council. I've just passed my second year mark. So well into it, loving it, as always. Feel that I was born to do this work, and we're a prime example as why, because we see so much progress going on in the district, across District 28. And it's really important that we just continue the partnership, that we continue to grow this community, that we continue to grow the district, that we step out, in partnership and on faith on what we can do together as a collective, not as individuals in silos, but together as a collective partnership. So my intention is that we continue that partnership just to make things get better and better and better for the whole community.
Yeah, because that's the actual role of being a leader, that you bring the communities together and deliver what needs to be delivered to the communities. And that also brings us to another very, because this is 2020, okay? A lot of things are happening. We have the, presidential election.
Yes.
We have the congressional election,
Yes.
okay? And we have the state and assembly and state senate elections, right? On top of that, we also have U.S. Census.
That's right. The big one. The big one.
The big one.
The
Every
big
10
one.
year decennial census.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And the importance is that if we don't get counted, not only we lose on infrastructure, but we lose on schools,
That's
and we lose funding, and of course congressional districts
That's
too.
right. That's
Okay.
right.
So you want to talk about it?
Sure, I sure do. The census 2020 is hot. It is the hottest item right now on our landscape. It's particularly hot for District 28 for us here in this community in Queens, because we have been so undercounted. Because of the large immigrant population, people have felt threatened by the mere notion of giving information out. And our message is to immigrant populations, immigrant communities, please avail yourselves to the census, because we have not been counted because we've been hiding in the shadows and we've been fearful. Now, what that has done to districts like our district here in Queens is that we have forfeited millions and millions of dollars because we have not been counted as a full district in full number. So what that means is that, as you've said, Harpreet, is that we tend to lose congressional seats. That's power for this community.
Exactly.
People that are working hard for this community to grow and increase our assets. We tend to lose that. We tend to lose finances, funding, medical services, you name it. Everything that it takes to make a community prosperous and gainful, we tend to lose that. District 28 has grown tremendously over the past 10 years since the last census. Now, we are going to need every head to be counted in 2020 because we need the funding, we need the services, we need the backing, we need the political power, we need all of that. And without everybody, without you getting out there and realizing how important it is that you submit your census information so that you can be counted as a human being, as a person in your district, in your community, you tend to cut yourself off from vital services, vital funding. We have to have everybody.
We have to have it, and because there was at least an effort, a consistent effort to put up the citizenship question on the census form. Thanks to the court and the timing that it did not happen, it was a scaring tactic for the people who may be undocumented, or there could be some other reasons for that. What message you want to give to those people, those who may have gotten either afraid or they may be thinking twice, 3 times, should I do or should not I do?
Yeah.
So what would you like to tell them?
So important. It's so important. Just know that your personal information is confidential. It is illegal for your personal information to be shared with anyone. Your census count is just that. It's a number. It's counting your head as an individual where you live as far as your population count is concerned. Your personal information cannot be disclosed at all. So we really need to stop the fear factor. We need to quell that. You should not be afraid to enter the census and to participate in the census. There is no fear involved. ICE can't be sent to your home. You can't be discovered for your status. It is just a head count of a population of a community.
And also coming back to now where we started from the street change co-naming, how long the process is before we unveil the name on the street?
The good stuff, the exciting stuff.
The exciting stuff,
Right,
yep.
That's right.
Exactly.
We're going to have such a celebration.
Oh yeah.
In this community, we are going to celebrate because number one, this has been such a long time in the works, and it's been so needed. And so well deserved for so long. We're going to have such a celebration. We're looking to unveil the street co-naming, both of them, this spring sometime. And you and I can sit down and really we can determine the date in the spring. That
then we will definitely do that. And also not only that, we also have to make sure that after we are done unveiling, we have a small party somewhere.
That's right.
Because
we have to have a huge party to celebrate.
Yeah. The reason is because for me, and I'm pretty sure for you also, the reason is to let the community give the sense of belonging.
That's right. That's what it's all about.
That's what it is all about.
That's right.
Because if we're talking about census, we're talking about having a better infrastructure, we're talking about education, health, and everything, right? It will not come till there is a sense of belonging.
Yes. We have to incorporate all of that. Again, it comes back to the initial conversation again on partnership and unity and unification and all of those great things that we are, especially people of color. We have to continue to promote unity because we have to make ourselves known. We are great. We are powerful, and we have to be known just like every community because we deserve it just like everyone else.
Before we wrap up, but there is one thing which I definitely would like to touch and have your thoughts so that the message can go out. There are anti-Semitic attacks going on throughout U.S. and it has been happening more often. Okay, I would like you to share your thoughts also, so that for me, any hate crime or any crime against a person who does not look like you is just inhuman.
Absolutely right, and should never be tolerated.
It should not be. It should not be.
Ever,
It should
ever
not
be
be.
tolerated.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to, and we all need to speak up out against it, against any form of hatred, against any form of violence. The anti-Semitism that has been displayed in this country, in this city even over the past year or so, and it just seems to be increasing, and it should not be tolerated. We will not tolerate it. We are all one people. We are the human race, and we are better than that. So we have to show those that continue to inflict this kind of inhumane treatment upon his or her brother or sister for just being different, that we will not tolerate it, and we will stand and we will be unified with every community that this type of violence is perpetrated upon. We're just not going to stand for it as a whole society, as a diplomatic society, as a cultured society, as an educated society, and as a humane society. We will not tolerate that.
And it's interesting that how come in Queens, we have this people living from more than 170 countries, speaking close to 600, 700 languages. We are getting along. Then all of a sudden, somebody who is out of his mind creates something like that. Then all of a sudden, we have to look back at what happened. Why it is happening.
I think it has to do with a couple of factors. Number one, it has to come back to mental health concerns for some. For others, I believe that it is a generational thing where there are some youth involved, some folks that are not in our generation that truly respect our differences and love our cultural differences. We're talking about another generation that does not know our history, does not understand where we've come from, the fact that we've always marched together as different cultures, the fact that Queens is the most diverse place on the planet. So we just have a few, we've got a bit of a generational gap in some places, and we have got to teach our youth our history, where we've come from, and where we must remain peaceful and working together in peace for all.
Okay, and final, we got a new DA. Melinda Katz,
we did,
and we have the Queenssborough presidential race. We have a couple of people, besides asking the people to go out and vote on February 24th or March 24th. Sorry.
Okay.
March 24th. March 24th is the Queenssborough presidential election. Any message you want to give to the voters on that?
Yes, vote. You must vote. And if we don't know anything, we know that we must vote in every election. It's been difficult for us here in New York because it seems like every month we're voting for something.
Oh yeah.
So we're dealing with a lot of voter fatigue right now. But we have to continue to vote. We have to vote for those who have our interests at heart. I can't tell you who to vote for, but I can truly tell you.
I'm not going to ask you, even though I may know who you are going to do it.
But I will vote. So
no, we need to. And with that note, thanks for coming in. And like we started, this is where we started, and this is where we're talking about it, under the same roof. And until next time, good night and good luck.